Hello, families. So the students are working on the distributive property right now, and this is a very tricky skill. So I'm going to show you how I explained it to them today. So they're going to get this paper for homework, but with different equations. So what we are going to do is first we look at the equation that is given. All right, we have 6 times 8. So we're going to create the array here. So I'm going to go 6 rows of 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then that's going to be how big my array is. So I'm going to shade it in to show that this is my array. So here we go. Here's my 6 by 8 array. Now, we teach the students to break apart a number into friendly numbers. Now, friendly numbers are simply numbers that are more innate and easier to count by. So we teach them that their friendly numbers are 1, 2, 5, and 10. So looking at these, 8 can break into 1 and 7, 2 and 6, and 5 and 3, as well as 4 and 4. However, most of those leave me with very little friendly numbers to work with. So in this case, the 6 is the best one to break apart, because 6 can break into 5 plus 1. So that's what we're going to do, because both of those are friendly numbers. So that's this side of the array. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here is where I'm going to draw my line to separate my array. Now I'm going to label my sides. This side is 8. This is 5 and 1. And this side is also 8. The next step is to write an equation for each array, because now we've created 2 arrays. This array is 5 rows of 8, which means my equation would be 5 times 8. This array is 1 row of 8, which means its equation is 1 times 8. Now I can completely write my 2 equations down here to show the distributive property. This line is for the number that we did not break apart. So that is the 8, because I'm multiplying both parts of the 6 by 8 times what we broke 6 into, 5 plus 1. Because if I add 5 plus 1 together again, I will get that 6 that I decomposed. Down here is the 2 multiplication equations we made after decomposing that 6. So we have 5 times 8 plus 1 times 8. And then the students also know that because of the commutative property, they could also write these as 8 times 5 and 8 times 1. Now we solve. 5 times 8 is 40. 1 times 8 is 8. So the last step is for this symbol right here, we add them together. 40 plus 8 gives me 48. And then that is my final answer. So this is how the students do this property. I know it sounds like a lot for them to do. However, we learn this property first with small numbers, because in 3rd grade, they will have to do multiplication problems of 4 times 27. So if they know the process of the distributive property, they will be able to break this into 20 and 7, do 4 times 20, 4 times 7, 80, 28, and add them together to get 108. That's the goal of where the distributive property we want it to get them to. So as we're initially learning the process, we're doing it with these smaller numbers because they know that after making this array, they can count up the boxes that are included, and that will also give them the answer 48. They can then check their work that way to see if they did the distributive property correctly. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.